I Don't Get It
Podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the I Don't Get It podcast. This is Naz.
Lauren.
And Ashley.
Louisa.
Brigitte.
I got it again.
She didn't get it again?
Perfect.
No, where's it from?
Because it's from the Sound of Music.
No.
That was a perfect way to
saw
start it because I don't get it.
it. People were dying over your the Gilbert Grape impersonation that you did.
See, I told you, Lauren, people were
Thanks,
going to
guys.
like that.
Thank you.
We wanted to
So
start
funny.
out
That
today
must be my calling.
going down
Impersonations.
some. Sorry, guys. Are you done?
What?
No kidding. Okay, I wanted to start out today's episode by talking about some classic I Don't Get It, because you guys are really active on our I Don't Get It Facebook page about things that you don't get. And we wanted to get back to our roots. So let's start out with this one topic. I don't get Beyonce. Okay, so here's the thing, which I say all the time. That's like
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I don't get Beyonce
We don't
either.
get Beyonce either. Guys, all three of us are on the same page about this. We think she's very talented and extremely beautiful, and I can understand why you'd idolize her a bit, but I don't understand like why she's a verb or like an adjective.
Yeah, like what does she do that's so amazing? First of all, I'm confused because she literally came out, said Jay-Z cheated on her, and then went back to him. How was that fucking empowering? Empowering.
Well, I think that's just like marketing genius. But the difference with her and like someone like Taylor is that Beyonce's so private. Like
Yes.
she even admits that she is a different persona on stage, Sasha Fierce, which I'm all for. And I do love Beyonce, but like the obsession with her is with what? Because she doesn't let us into her private life.
Are we
so
all
like,
actually
So
obsessed
is
with
it
Sasha
all her?
Fierce?
Is it her art that you guys are obsessed with?
well,
Is it-
her art and her team is probably the best in the game, I think, actually. Like, I think Kanye, Taylor, and Beyonce are the three that have the best musical team. Like, as far as marketing, like Kanye with the Tilted Stage, Beyonce with cheating on Jay-Z and coming out with, like, a joint album with him in a way. Like, her first visual album, she was, like, one of the first people
Yeah,
to
I
do
No,
like
that.
I respect
The one
Lemonade
time I
very,
really
very
liked
much.
it
I
was a
got
visual
that.
album.
Yeah, I really understood that.
Yeah.
But
I
other
don't
than
think like
that-
her voice is good. It's not out of this world.
All right, Wendy Williams.
No, but it's true.
She has an amazing
She has a
voice.
really good voice.
She doesn't have a bad voice.
No, I know. But
She's
it's
like a way better voice than Taylor does.
no, I know.
Yeah.
But it's like, is she going to go down in history for like having one of the greatest voices?
I would be okay with that.
I would never compare like a Whitney Houston
That's
voice.
what I mean.
And
Yeah.
that is going down as the greatest voice of all time.
But no one makes music like Whitney Houston does anymore.
I
It makes me so
know.
sad. Like,
You guys.
there's no music to go in rom-coms that are already pretty much non-existent anyway. It's like people. Oh, did you guys watch When We First Met on Netflix?
No, I'm going to.
Ugh, it's so disappointing.
Oh, it's not good. I know everybody's tweeting me about it.
When
I'm like,
we
I don't think I'm
first
going to
met,
like
what's
it.
That, it's about.
It's with Andy. I don't know how to say his name. Bavine or Bavine. I actually have a secret crush on him.
I don't
Do you
know
know
who
him?
that
He's from
is. I don't
know who he
Workaholics.
is.
He's hilarious. He's a huge Clippers fan. He actually is dating a brunette girl. So I was like, I have a chance.
oh wow.
Anyways,
Half the population.
He's on. He was in Pitch Perfect, wasn't he?
I don't.
No,
I
I
might
don't
be
like
making
Pitch
that up.
Perfect.
I'm not a
There's
Pitch
another.
Perfect
Okay,
connoisseur. I don't get Pitch
moving
Perfect.
on. I don't get Pitch Perfect at
Yeah.
all. Do not get it.
No, the first one though.
no, I didn't get it.
Oh, I like the first one. I never watched the other two movies.
I think I just didn't like it because Ashley told me to not like it.
It's like it was like
Wow.
super cheesy
Ashley's
to
such an
me.
influencer
She
for real.
is.
And like I like cheese, but like it's just too cheesy for me. And there's something
Anna Kendrick, not a fan of.
Anna Kendrick, don't mind her always.
little
Sometimes
annoying.
don't like her. Don't like her in that movie.
She's meant to be Belle Swan's sidekick. That's it.
Lauren, ooh, that is harsh.
That's all.
That's harsh.
I'm
I don't get Rebel Wilson. I don't think she's funny at all.
I thought what was the first movie that we saw her in when she was like with her brother? Remember she had
Yes,
she was with
she
her brother.
was
What movie
with
was that again?
Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
She was
very
such
funny.
a breath of fresh air. The thing with actresses like Rebel Wilson and Amy Schumer is like once you hear their first bit, you're like, okay, we get it now. That's your thing, you know? Like,
Yeah.
And I think with Rebel Wilson, it's just like tired now.
Amy
like,
Schumer's second stand-up was disappointing.
So
So I was like, I get
bad.
it. You're kind of slutty.
right, but then she also even wasn't.
Like you're overweight, a little overweight, and a little slutty. That's it. You know.
and
That's
now
your thing.
she's married, which is so weird.
Married and like also a very average body weight. Like she's an average woman. Like she's not that overweight.
No,
she's like
no.
10 pounds
Right,
overweight.
like she kind of says like I'm a bigger woman, but
Yeah.
really she's like an average.
Very normal, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, she is, yeah. Okay, so
Wait, I had another I don't get because you guys brought up all of these. I don't get the movie. This is gonna piss so many people off, but like Harry Potter never got it, Hunger Games never got it, Twilight never got it. Like all those things that people fan over, like from books to movies. Like I never got into any of those things, and I was almost like repulsed by it because so many people were obsessed with it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I was borderline repulsed by Hunger Games. I didn't mind the first movie, but then the second movie, I was like, you guys, this is a stupid concept. Like, this movie is a dumb concept.
No, I think the concept's the only dope thing, Ashley.
The concept's the good part.
Yeah.
Really? The obsession's the bad part. I don't know. I don't know. I have nothing against Hunger Games. It's just not my typical movie I'd put on.
I think I'm with you, Lauren. Like, I just was never into it. But you know what? Maybe
the concept
one day
is cool.
Maybe one day it'll be on Netflix if it isn't already, and I'll watch it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't like die to run to the movies to see Hunger Games 5.
Bringing up Twilight, Ash and I fucking got Twilight. We got every pendant from Hot Topic, like everything.
But that makes sense for you guys. Like,
More and I walked around school
it
with
made me
things
feel in love. Like it made me feel when I was reading New Moon for the first. Oh, the soundtrack, the coloring, the comforting, even the fact that the first movie came out in November.
Right. But the reason
and it was
you guys
so unexpected.
It's because of the love.
It's because it's a love story as opposed to Harry Potter and Hunger Games. Which there's all this other
Oh,
stuff
absolutely.
Yeah, any love story we can all get into.
Then why are you into Twilight?
Because I don't really like Kristen Stewart's acting abilities.
Okay, I'm not saying that we're like the hugest fans.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, for me, I have to be able to root for someone on screen, and if they're not selling it to me, then I like don't care if she falls in love. Does that make sense?
But then you should have just read the books.
But I didn't. Again, like some things that everyone's like obsessed with, I like don't.
You
run
just
to the bookstore
reject
to buy.
it because you didn't want to.
Yeah.
Hi, Gergie.
It's weird. See, even Gergie doesn't. Care
Gergie.
Does he care about Twilight?
He's a wolf.
What's some other I don't get? I was thinking about something.
Wait, I need to say this though.
What?
Because I think a lot of people will feel me on this. Mm-hmm. When I was reading New Moon for the first time as a second book, I mean, I felt heartbreak before I ever even experienced heartbreak myself.
Really?
It was like so weird. When you read that, you could just feel like that aching. I went
That's
to
weird
a
that you
weird
felt
place.
that without even having it.
That's what I mean. Like, if I wish I could tell you to go back and read it now so you could understand.
I think that happens with a lot of. How old were you?
I was 20.
Oh,
you would think it would happen when she was 16.
I would say like teenage years. Yeah, your emotions are heightened. But yeah, equally for 20 years old too. I think.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of teenager years.
Speaking of teenage years, guys, our podcast today is all about high schoolers. We really, all three of us really feel like a kinship towards people that age or being in high school. And
people are going to be like, that's because they're at their age.
Oh, very funny.
Fuck off. Anyways. And actually, a lot of you guys have been reaching out to us and want to know about our individual high school experiences, what we were like. And so we decided to open up the forum. So we're going to talk about what our high school years were like, and then we'll also answer some questions from some high schoolers that tuned in. And it's all super relevant because everything that went down in Florida, obviously one of the most deadly mass high school shootings, happened in Parkland, which is actually 12 miles from my school, guys. It's so insane.
That's so crazy.
It's so fucking sad. But also, I feel like these kids these days are just so woke, and they're like all speaking up, and it's like amazing.
So we have questions, or do you want to go around?
I think we should
our
go
experiences.
I think we should talk about our
Gergie,
high school
we paused this to talk about how our dog is literally staring at a Papa John's ad on TV, sitting so attentively.
That's my boy.
Not Papa John's.
No, you missed it.
That
He
was
was
Papa John's.
seriously sitting straight up, just looking at Papa John's
Looks
ad.
so good.
Oh, it was like it's gummy vitamins.
Well, actually, since we did it 1 year together in high school, we should start.
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
because you guys are. So what was high school like without
So
Lauren first?
Yeah,
Ash?
okay, without me. Go.
Without you?
Yeah.
Well, I was like always very content. I was never angsty whatsoever. Our biggest fights were because on the weekends I would like to go to dinner with mom and dad, and Lauren wouldn't. Like Lauren used to freak out because she was embarrassed to be around our parents,
Normal.
which is like normal, but like please explain why you guys like
You're supposed to be hanging out
at
with
that
cool
age?
people at that
Yeah.
point.
I would think that that's normal.
Yeah.
No, it is totally normal, but I'm just like wondering why kids at that age like don't think like think it's so embarrassing to hang out with
you're
your
supposed
parents.
to come into your own
What
and like
I
have
thought
your
was
own
embarrassing
life.
was like I have no other friends other than hang out with my parents. That's what I took it as in my
Really?
head. Yeah, I was like, these people are going to think I have no one else to hang out with but my parents.
I was like always progressive in the fact that I knew that our parents were like pretty
The
cool and
coolest.
fun to
Right.
hang out with,
Yeah.
and that in the long run, I was actually going to like want to spend more time with them than any of like the fickle
Right.
high school friends.
But
that
did you
make.
have a lot of high school friends?
I had like this is my high school experience started out good because for the first 2 years I had like a clique of really good best friends. And then as I got older, and like, you know how that happens. People, if you don't have classes with them, you kind of disperse and you're not as friendly.
Right.
Or in my senior year, my friend group started drinking and like partying a lot. And then I just was never interested in that. So
Right.
I really I didn't say I lost touch with them, but I didn't hang out with them like ever outside school. You can tell like the relationship had weakened even in school
Right.
because I wasn't getting those experiences with them.
Right.
And then
Did you ever want to like party and stuff, or you
no,
just like never
zero
wanted to?
desire. No.
That's amazing.
And then I
Did you ever feel left out because of that?
I did feel left out senior year. Like I was like, oh, I don't really know what to do on the weekends because right now all of my friends are going to parties.
Right.
And then I had like my one really innocent friend who we would just fangirl. Like it was whatever we were into, whether that was American Idol, which was a huge thing for
Huge
us.
thing.
Huge thing.
Huge.
Leonardo DiCaprio, something. We would like spend our weekends just like watching American Idol over and over again, like screaming at the TV over like Anthony Fedorov or like Clay Aiken.
Yep.
And then we spent a lot of time going to American Idol concerts and just teeny bopper concerts. So like that was what made us happy. That was our version of partying.
But what were you like? Like, what did you wear? Like, what classes did you like? What did you do, like, in the mornings before school? After, like,
Okay,
what
so
were
we're
you
gonna,
like?
getting
in
We're
really,
getting
really
into
detailed.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. the
So
whole point of the podcast.
but yeah, then I had like another really good friend too. You know Alma, Lauren.
Yes.
Both my best friends from high school, I am no longer in touch with, which is why we talked about having that reconnection podcast episode about like reconnecting with your best friends from high school, because it's just weird how you can be so close and spend all your hours with somebody, especially during such a crucial lifetime age as your teenage years, formative age, and then all of a sudden you totally lose touch. But it also makes so much sense because you really truly find out like who you are.
Yeah. I think in life you grow up and you get
Yeah.
close with people and lose people because you're like discovering who you are. Right?
Yeah, but I think once you do get to your mid-20s, that fickleness is gone. Like you can't just like drop a friend.
Right.
You don't just like ghost a friend eventually. So I would wake up. Our high school was ridiculous. It is technically like a half an hour away from our house.
What's it
in
called?
Langley High School.
Langley.
And then like in the morning with traffic, it was like 50 minutes.
It sounds like such a like movie high school, you know?
Really?
That would be like in a book or a movie.
That's
like,
funny.
They all went to Langley
I know.
High.
I never think
You wouldn't
about
do that about mine, West Boca High. Like that
Yeah.
would
Well, that
never
kind of
be.
sounds
No, I think
like
so.
it too.
No, Langley's like
Well, West, whatever. West something.
yeah,
sounds
not
like
Boca.
that.
so funny. It's a public
Hi.
school, even though we had to leave so early and so far away to go to it.
There's a lot of traffic.
Which I'm so pro public school.
Oh,
I don't
me
get
too.
Why people go to privates, but no offense.
No offense if you're private school.
Well, it also depends on like what your area is. We were always
That's
so pro
true.
public school because our public school is like
The
goes
best
up
public
against like the
school.
best
Yeah.
private schools out there.
Gergie went to private. He's mad. Okay. So,
I'm going to jump in here for a second and tell you something that I like to do to keep myself in shape. Beachbody On Demand. It's an online fitness streaming service that gives you unlimited access to a huge variety of highly effective world-class workouts. I've been working on my core strength and toning up, so I've been enjoying the ability to be able to find videos that can concentrate on certain parts of my body. They have intense workouts like Plyo, P90X, and Insanity, but they also have lower impact stuff like yoga and 21 Day Fix.
You can customize your workouts, and they have short 10-minute workouts too. I can play the videos on my iPad or my phone. If I'm in a hotel, I can put a video on and stay active while I'm on the road. It's great.
It's so great. So you guys definitely need to give this service a try. And right now we're giving our listeners a free trial membership when you guys text GET IT, which is all one word, no spaces, to 303030. So easy. Take out your phone right now. You guys will get full access to the entire platform for free. Legit. All the workouts, nutrition information free. All you have to do is text GET IT, GETIT, no spaces, to 303030. And let's get back to our show.
Okay.
Your senior year, and then Ashley had I was in ninth grade.
But wait, we are talking about what time we used to get up and how we used to get ready and how that's so much different that was between you and me.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course, like freshman, sophomore year, I would put in like my best effort, and then you get to be senior year, and you're like, let me wear my Abercrombie sweatpants and barely any makeup, foundation. But I never one day in high school went without a stitch of makeup on. Every single day I had to wear makeup.
God, we were so different.
Insane. It's insane to me.
I didn't wear makeup till my second year of college.
What?
I didn't buy a
Bullshit.
foundation. Lauren Cornelius in our Zeta Tau Alpha, we were literally in a sorority, and she was like, let's go to Sephora. And that's the first time I ever put foundation on.
Wait, when? Like, what did you wear to prom?
Yeah.
I would put like lip gloss on, like real sparkly pink, gross lip gloss, and like mascara.
No,
That's
Oh my
it.
god!
Never,
Well, you probably didn't need foundation,
well,
but
everyone. I mean, I think everyone needs.
that's
I don't
funny.
think you need foundation at all.
And I didn't know how to do my hair till college either. I really had my glow up in Zeta.
That's nice.
It really
And then
sucked.
you were really tan. I see pictures. You were really tan.
I know I miss it being in
It's
Florida.
natural tan.
Anyways, Lauren, Ashley. So then,
So, my big thing was that I had a huge ass crush on my English teacher, freshman
thing.
and sophomore year. So I would like dress to the nines for him. Like I remember we had even days and odd days. So whenever I had an even day, people would be like, "Oh my god, you dress so cute." But on my odd days, I like wear all my shitty clothes because I wasn't going to see him.
so funny.
And I'd constantly like,
also, that's such
touch
a
up.
part of like American high school culture, like having a crush on one of your teachers.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, but like I really thought I was loved for like the longest time. I still think I fell in love with the idea of him. I had no idea who he actually was.
Didn't he reach out or something after you were on the show?
Oh yeah, he was trying to
remember
get
this.
at it.
Wasn't it before the show?
Before the show
Yeah.
and when he first saw me being on the show. He's like big fan
That's so weird.
of the show. Can't wait to watch this, but I never responded.
But when you think about how old was he? He was like 23 years old.
no, when he was my English teacher, he was 24 to 26. I had
Yeah,
2 years in a row.
24
Like, could you imagine 24? I think that's almost is not okay.
I know. I
it's
think
almost not okay.
it's not okay, you guys. When we grow up, I was like, we had a teacher.
Like, you guys, we are all currently
Older.
above the age of 26 right now.
No, I remember I shouldn't say his name.
Yeah, I
but
didn't
there
say
was a teacher that taught high school at my high school, and every girl had a crush on him.
It's always
like
the humanity
everyone would
teacher.
like
It's
stalk
you're
him
never
on
like, oh, I had a
Facebook.
crush on a math teacher.
No,
I had a
except
crush
for
on my
Lauren
math
did.
teacher.
And then after, everyone would stay in class and ask him questions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it was so gross almost, like how much people fawned over him.
But it'd be kind
Regardless
of
of the
okay for
fact-
him to have sex if the girl's 18 and like a senior. It's not wrong.
It's not. It's wrong because he's a
because he
teacher,
like signed a
but it's not
contract
wrong
saying like
because
he
of
wouldn't fuck his
age.
students, but it's legal.
Exactly. But anyways, I remember thinking after I grew up, like he was 23, 24, and he
know.
fucking taught us. Like what?
Yeah, he just got done
Insane.
doing a keg stand at college and then right into teaching.
No,
essentially.
absolutely. Like he would come in like super hungover the next day,
Yeah.
and I was like,
my
"No,
God.
he's not hungover. He's
a
so
teacher."
smart. He would never get drunk like that."
You would say that.
And I did so much. I put so much effort into that class. Just like having to impress him intellectually and physically.
That is so embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, it's
It's like
so
frustrating
much
me that you
good.
just didn't tell me. Like we were all women.
I didn't know what to tell
Like
you.
what?
It's
Like I
I'm in-
love my teacher. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I'm
Duh.
surprised you didn't tell her. I feel like you tell Lauren like everything and like confess it to like your mom.
No,
and
I was
Lauren.
so the opposite of what I
Really?
am like now. You know how I can't
Really?
keep
Yeah, that
anything
is weird.
in?
What happened?
Wait, I would think you'd be like, Mom, I have a crush on my teacher. You
Oh
should
my
tell
god!
your
You
so
know how
private.
now I like tell my too many secrets to people. Like I trust everyone for some reason. I wouldn't tell anyone who I had a crush on until I was like
5
in
years
my
after the
early
crush.
20s. Yeah,
Well, how did that change? Because that's a drastic difference. In
Yeah,
who
how
you
did
are
that
now.
change?
I don't know.
Maybe in college.
I don't know.
So crazy. So your mom never knew you had a crush on him?
No, they did. They broke into my diary.
Well,
yeah, I
you should have
forgot
fucking told us.
I forgot about that.
Okay, yeah. So that was my high school experience. In summation, I had 2 really good friends. Just fangirled my way through. Never drank. Never partied. My biggest crush was my teacher. Also, had an on and off again crush with my best friend's brother.
Yep.
The end.
And then
I
how
was
was it
middle of
when
the
Lauren-
line. Like, I was never popular. Obviously, I didn't party. And I didn't like drama. I always stayed away from drama. I totally 180'd in my 20s.
That's hilarious.
And then...
Totally 180.
I'm kidding, you guys. I still don't like drama. I just happen to be associated with a lot of it.
She doesn't like the drama. The drama likes her.
Yeah,
So
the drama loves
true.
me. The drama loves me.
How was high school when Lauren got there? Was it any different?
Yes.
for you?
Yeah,
So
so
did you guys
Lauren,
hang
tell
out?
the funny story
What a funny story.
about
Walking
me
down
and the
hall.
like,
I
my
wasn't-
senior year was like I just was getting through the fucking day. I enjoyed seasons 1
Seasons.
1 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3.
She
This is
enjoyed
my life.
seasons.
My
Your
life is now in seasons, not in school years. So I enjoyed freshman through junior
that
year,
was fucking hilarious.
but then senior year, I just gave
like
the
senior
fuck
year.
up. Yeah, and I was ready to get out of there. And then Lauren got to witness all of it.
Okay, wait. So in 8th grade, I was like the most happy, confident, cool person in the entire world. And then the summer of 8th grade and 9th grade, I didn't hang out with any friends or anything because I was obsessed with Constantine.
Yeah.
So I didn't hang
Constantine from American
out
Idol.
from American Idol. So I put all of my energy
Everyone's
into
like,
that.
who the fuck?
From American Idol. And I put all of my energy into that, and I didn't hang out with anyone from school.
This is what I liked her the very
And
most.
I was very nervous, like, I'm going to go to 9th grade, and I'm going to have no friends because I didn't talk to anyone all summer. Guess what? Got to 9th grade, had absolutely no fucking friends.
Yeah, but you also were
getting
texts from Constantine.
But then I was also, at the same time, like, texting Constantine. I'm like, this isn't just in my head, guys. Like, I would walk around and be like, I'm dating him. And then they're like, Lauren's fucking lost it. So I had no friends, and
I loved her then. She was so
I
fun.
was the fattest, saddest girl in all of
Wait,
in
but
all of high
Ashley's
school.
saying the opposite.
Because I was fun to her, but
Because
not
we
to
were
the
so
normal
fun. All we did was go home and geek the fuck out over American
yeah.
Idol stuff. And then we also went through a phase, which I just was obsessed with. When it was my junior year in her 8th grade, this is when we discovered New Kids on the Block. And we also didn't associate with anyone from school because they didn't understand our New Kids on the Block life.
I am in 1990
Yeah, it's
right
like you
now.
don't understand. We would wear our acid wash jacket to school. I carried an orange New Kids on the Block
I had an
lunchbox.
orange New Kids on the Block lunchbox.
We brought it to
Wait, you
school.
guys had a lunchbox in high school?
Yeah, you did not.
No, I always bought lunch.
You
but
bought
also,
your lunch?
But people, I don't think, like, brought lunch boxes.
No,
well,
because
most
normal
people
people
didn't.
bring lunch.
Like, they would bring a bag, Ashley.
They would
or
bring
like
a
grocery
bag.
bag. Or, like, why did you guys have a
I
orange
didn't.
lunch
Okay,
box?
so
Okay,
here's the
I
thing.
think 8th grade, I
Here's
had
the
an
thing. I
orange
said it again.
lunchbox. But and then I got to high school. I go, Mom, you better buy those brown bags.
I
I'm
don't
not looking at
understand.
school."
I don't understand why you thought the brown bags were so cool.
They fit in my backpack, so I didn't have to carry a lunchbox.
Ashley, carrying a lunchbox is so...
Sometimes I would stick my lunchbox in my backpack, and then it would be super boxy.
Yeah, and
Lauren,
then I
Lauren
didn't
used to
wanna
make
look
fun of me
like
all
an
the
idiot.
time. She just constantly made fun of me.
Ash, you haven't changed. Like, you would still
She's
do
like, I
that
want my
now.
food to be
Thing.
fresh.
No, I didn't care about my food being fresh. It was the fact that Mom wanted my food to be fresh, and I just wanted to make Mom happy.
Oh, Mom wanted her
it made-
shitty lunches.
It
to be
made her
fresh.
happy. You know?
I
You
didn't
were
care.
so parent pleasing.
Yeah.
like a dream child, really.
So yeah. Anyways,
really
we lived in the
was.
90s. It was really, really funny. But
It was
the ninth,
so
but when Ash
fun,
was a
but
senior
nobody
and I
got
was in
it.
9th grade, we would be with each other most days. Actually,
Yeah, we didn't have lunch together, which sucked.
Sucks.
That was my lonely lunch
so our
period.
lunches were broken down into 4 different
lunches.
lunches.
Which
So
is
all the grades
what you
would
had
be.
too, right?
We had A and B lunch, too.
We had A, B,
that's
C, and
it?
D. Yeah, that's good.
That's
so
really
You
good.
have like you could definitely have a lunch where you knew no one.
Because
And
it's
that-
based on like
That's
whatever your
sad.
D block
Yeah.
was or something. So I had a senior year. One of the worst things was like I had a quend. Laura and I call a quend a friend
acquaintance
slash
and a friend.
acquaintance. A little bit more than a little bit more than an acquaintance. A little less than what you'd actually call a
I
friend.
can't believe you guys made up a word for that.
but
That's
it needs to
hilarious.
happen. Like
A
it's
quend.
a quend.
Quen.
So I
I
just
feel like
had a-
those are just coworkers now.
Yes, they are coworkers.
Quens.
Well, I had a quend to sit with, and then I had my best friend, Briar, but Briar was in a different grade, and she had other friends, so we didn't know that we should like always. So whenever Briar and I would sit together, it would just be the two of us,
And if Briar wasn't there,
a random
it would be
table. So we
Noah.
oh my God, guys, it was the worst part of the day.
I love that we're talking about this because I feel like high schoolers now
Absolutely.
still deal
And
with
so
this
I
stuff.
had one of those lunches where I only had Quens, and I would go to the library most days.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I should have done
Then
that.
I could just go on the computer.
But then
or
you
just
have to tell the Quinn, be like, sorry, I'm just going to go to the library.
Well,
I
hopefully
love,
the Quens would have other Quens.
My brother went to Boca High School. I went to West Boca. He went to Boca
Why?
Raton High School because he wanted to be in JROTC, and they only had like a program,
Oh, so
like
you
the
could
military
choose?
program at Boca High.
How could you choose?
My mom like got him in the program
okay.
or something. So, but at Boca Raton High School, where Ariana Grande actually went, they
Wow.
have this new program. It's so cool. All these like kids got together, and they have a I don't know if it's an app. I feel so bad now that I'm talking about it because I don't know what it is.
Well, I mentioned
But
the
it's-
app on here that one time. It was
the one
Lunch
that helps
Buddies or
kids
something.
find
Yeah,
lunch.
you
Yeah.
find- yeah.
So they started that,
Oh, that's cool.
or maybe they started a version.
There was some
of it.
girl. Yeah, I mean, any version's good.
It's such a good idea because like
That's a
eating
really
lunch
good
by
idea.
yourself is so.
It's-
or
Or
like
wait, what does it help solve?
You basically have like anonymous people that need to like find someone to sit with at lunch,
Oh
and
my
then they like
gosh, that's
coordinate
so
their
sweet.
lunches.
they
and
coordinate
stuff.
like meetups, or they'll be like, everyone come to this spot,
Yeah.
you know, so you're not with like alone eating
Yeah.
lunch alone. That's one of the worst parts of high school. And then again, like you guys had 4 different lunches, we
Yeah.
had 2. So if you don't have friends in your lunches, it really sucks.
It's really sad, but like I would sit at a table of like acquaintances, and I would just be like, "You guys are so boring. I'd rather
boring.
sit by myself anyway."
I would too, but like you just can't, which is unfortunate.
I know.
Lauren, to talk about when I used so good on the the hallway.
Hallway. You weird the
Go down the
aisle.
aisle seasons of your life? Are you in a Nicholas Sparks novel right now? Wake up. We're in West Hollywood, California. You're wearing a gray sweater. Fucking tell us about your high school experience.
So funny.
I don't know. Ashley just would like. It's a visual. I can't even do it.
Wait, so Lauren, what was your high school experience like then?
Wait, Lauren, come on.
Actually, no one's gonna get your
fine. Never mind.
walking down the halls, bumping into the lockers.
Fine, never
Oh,
mind
the
then.
story of you guys?
It's not a story.
Well, you have to share it now because now we're all wondering.
Yeah.
She was walking. I came in. I was walking down the hallway to go to the bathroom or something, and I just saw Ashley walking with her lunchbox, and she was sliding. It was only us two in the hallway, and she was like sliding down the lockers, hitting her lunchbox against like the action. It wasn't
It was very depressing.
It was just a
looking.
depressing
me
look.
in a lonely
a
hallway.
lonely hallway with a lunchbox. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Ashley?"
But also, there's this time in
Wait,
middle
but did
school.
you stop and talk to her?
of course.
Okay, I thought the story was like you walked by.
No, I
or
just
No, I
something.
probably
like,
wouldn't
Ashley,
even
you look
notice.
like a psycho.
Yeah, actually, that's a non-story.
Okay, I actually. Okay,
know.
fine,
Why
guys.
would you even bring that
When
up?
I
Sorry.
say Ashley, it's not going to be a good story, she goes, "Tell it." I'm like, "It's going to be bad."
That's
but-
like me saying, like, and then one day I was just sitting on the stairs,
Exactly.
just looking
Okay.
sad.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys. So sorry. There was this one time though that my friend will remember for the rest of her life, and when I see her like once a year, she always brings it up. She goes, "You remember that one time you got your lunchbox stuck to the bus?" I got my lunch.
What?
This lunchbox has haunted your high
Literally,
school
like, you
experience.
should have just never had a lunchbox in high
You know that
school.
thing that comes out of the
Yeah.
bus when you have to like cross? You have to cross the
Yeah.
street, so
It
like
got
its
stuck
stop
in
sign
it?
comes
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So I was walking through the buses,
That's
and the
hilarious.
strap got hooked on one of those, and then all of a sudden the whole thing like comes out, and she
God.
she was on her own respective bus, watching this all unfold, and she just thought it was the funniest thing
I
ever.
love that she still brings it up to this
So,
day.
she was like the highlight of her life.
That would be the highlight of my life if I saw that.
It's fucking embarrassing.
Okay,
Wait, so
wait.
did you drive? Did you guys drive to school together?
Oh no! So I didn't have my license.
They were the saddest fucking pair.
Wait,
My,
what?
No. Okay, first off, I loved the school bus. Like, I loved the bus.
Wait, but even your senior year, you rode the
No,
bus?
so then my senior year came around, and Lauren came to school, and she's like, "I am not taking the bus." So then my mom
not
drove
normal.
us to school every day
You
and
got
picked us
driven to
up
school?
every day.
No way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Mom, you know, what are you doing all day? The least you can do is pick me up from fucking hell."
Damn. True that, man.
She's like, "You're right. You are right."
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so then she started driving me. It was no longer cool. You couldn't really do it even in junior high, but I powered through.
Junior
we had a
high-
good time.
Junior year, not junior,
Junior
high.
year. I'd like to stop the show for a second and talk about BioClarity. We've been using BioClarity from quite some time now, as you know, and I am quite happy with the results. It's a 3-step acne wash system, and it's a cleansing process as well that I use twice a day, but unlike traditional acne treatments, it doesn't dry or irritate my skin. It's soothing, so I don't have to worry about irritation or redness, and it's also effective, and it does the job. Acne, be gone.
Gone. You just cleanse, treat, and restore. It's that simple. BioClarity doesn't use harsh chemicals, and it's cruelty-free as well, which we all love. It keeps my skin calm and clear. We get so much feedback from you guys about BioClarity. It's great.
Yes. So if you're listening to this and you want clear, fresh skin, all you guys have to do is go to bioclarity.com. So our listeners will get their first month for only $9.95 plus free shipping. So that's a $20 savings. It comes with 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. But you guys have to enter our code GETIT, GETIT, no spaces, all one word. That's bioclarity.com. Enter our code GETIT, GETIT. All right, let's get back to what we were talking about. Okay, so Lauren, what was your high school experience?
Finally.
Like?
Wait, I totally remembered something else.
No, it's Lauren's turn.
It was
Sorry.
so funny. It was
Okay,
such a
well,
funny
sit there,
story.
think of it, write it down, don't forget. So, I feel like my high school experience was defined more by years rather than like an overall encompass, 4 years.
Yeah.
9th grade blew because I was only thinking about Constantine the whole time and I didn't want to talk to anyone. And then I would have
It's funny because like boys ruled your life.
boys
like back
ruled
then.
my world. So I had one friend in two friends in almost all my classes. And they were like really sweet and they were like my people that I hung out with because I had no one else to hang out with. And I was like, I really want to be cool, whatever. And but they weren't. So I felt bad. I was mean to them like every other day. But they really just wanted to be my friend. So I was like,
Who did?
I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
So I was like mean to them, but then
Do I know them?
no. Well,
You
actually,
do.
You
You
met
know
one
one.
of them, yeah.
Guys, we're like whispering. Just keep going.
So
This is the worst.
so they were really nice to me, and then I guess I realized the end of freshman year, I was like, I gotta lose weight and like be nice to people. Like that was that. I gotta lose weight and be nice to
makes
people.
it seem as if she was obese.
I just was very uncomfortable in my own body. Okay.
Yeah. I think when people make it seem like they're obese, because I do this all the time, and I just want to stand up for people like this. Like when I say, or when people say, like, I feel so fat or I'm fat, let people, like Cardi B said, fat in peace.
Yeah, I
like
know.
your fat is
I
different
know,
than
it's
someone
so
else's
funny.
fat.
Did you know she said that? It's so funny.
People were like, "You're pregnant," and she goes, "Let me fat in peace."
There
like,
you
don't
go.
know. She's
Amen.
a fucking shit. I love her. Anyways,
So I
it's
just
like,
didn't feel good in my
Yeah.
skin. I didn't feel hot. I didn't feel confident. So I lost like 15 pounds towards the end of like freshman year. And I was like, I'm going to be nice because people like nice people. So I started to be nice to people. I was like, revelation. People wanted to be asked how their day was. So I started doing that and I lost weight. So then the rest of high school
You started
was
asking people how their day
Yeah,
has been?
uh-huh.
Wow, Lauren, that's anti-you.
I know. And then I got more friends, and then I actually got a lot more friends when I started fashion. Fashion was a class we had, which is, I
Yeah.
guess, weird for some
you
people.
studied that. I know that we never had that. In my
Yeah,
high
so
school.
you
That's
could
cool.
start fashion when you're a sophomore. So I started fashion. I was like, wow, these are my people. So like everyone in that class became my friend. So then I guess once I started fashion, then I actually had friends.
Yeah.
And then I started slutting around a lot.
Not really. You didn't
Actually-
have sex until you were 17.
I gave like 4 blowjobs in one night one time.
Okay, there was that time.
Yeah, Ashley, I think
That's
she did.
slutty.
That
So
was disgusting. There was like a rumor flying around about you, and I was like, is this true?
yeah, it's 100% true. Sweet 16s, I started drinking. I had my first drink in freshman year, and then I just got wasted
How
a
old
lot.
were you?
Drink freshman year?
I had my first drink freshman year.
How old? When did you have
With
your first
Jimmy
drink,
Spears.
Ashley?
The summer going into college when I was 18.
Whoa!
On a cruise ship.
Yeah, I had mine at like probably 13, 14. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so I was 14 or 15, and then Sweet 16s came around, and everyone, you had to be wasted to go to Sweet 16s.
Right.
So I would, those were like every Saturday, basically. And then we get wasted, whatever. And
I was
then,
never invited to a Sweet 16.
when you drink, because everyone knew you didn't drink, maybe.
No, like, I just, like, I had friends who didn't do the
I think maybe it
Sweet
became
16.
cool.
Oh,
Sweet
the
16
show
was
also
happening.
wasn't
Yeah.
out back then.
Wait,
so-
what was your first drink, Lauren? Because mine was Parrot Bay. I think I've shared this story before, like where I didn't know like how to drink alcohol, so I just had the Parrot Bay. Like I would chug that to be cool.
my
Like we would
God.
rent out hotel rooms like
Oh.
in Boca.
As,
We
like,
would
a
all
14-year-old?
We would all party there, like in high school. I
Yeah.
think a little bit older, but I just remember so much Parrot Bay, like throwing, because I thought that's how you drink alcohol. What was your
yours?
first drink?
My neighbor came over who is like we had like a little boy next door sort of thing for a little bit.
You guys never kissed.
Never kissed, but we always had a crush on each other. Oh yeah, I didn't have my first kiss until I was a sophomore too. So
Really?
yeah,
I know. She really went from the first kiss to her first blowjob within a month.
it was the same month.
First kiss to sucking 4 dicks.
Yep.
That's the title of your novel.
Hi, Mom.
Ashley, when was your first kiss?
When I was 19, remember?
Oh yeah.
19,
don't.
guys. I'm embarrassing as
Mine was in 6th grade. How old are you in 6th grade?
You were 12.
12.
Yeah.
I think that's normal.
Oh, okay.
12 is normal.
Anyways.
Yeah, 19's not.
So my first drink, my neighbor brought over like a Gatorade bottle full of just vodka, and I just mixed it with Coke, I think. And I just drank that, and I got pretty drunk, and I was like, I loved you. And he was like, you were in 7th grade.
You used to drink a lot, Lauren? Like get drunk a lot or no?
Yeah.
Would you
definitely.
like black out?
One time I brought a bottle of vodka to school, and I got wasted.
What the fuck?
What? So interesting.
It was art
You
class.
got wasted in class.
It was art class. Yeah, and my friend Alex and I drank like a whole bottle during art class, and then throughout the rest of the day, like my teachers were like, "Lauren, are you okay?"
Did you have it on your breath?
Yeah, totally. They knew.
They
fucking
knew?
Yeah.
Lauren, how much of a trademark were you that I didn't even know? I
That
didn't
was
think that happened
junior
until
year.
college.
That was junior year.
Wait, how was your guys' prom experience?
Wait a second. I'm still hung up on this. Lauren, how did you get the vodka?
we had a bottle from like the weekend left over, and we're like, we should bring this to school.
Dude, fake IDs is like such a thing. I
Yes.
can't believe you drank daytime though. That's balls. That's something I would never have done.
You didn't have a fake ID until you were
No, I didn't have a fake
in
ID,
college.
but a couple guys would, and they'd buy bottles for
yeah,
everyone.
well, the older seniors and
Yeah.
they'd always have brothers that would buy stuff. for
You
us.
didn't ask me. My first drink was Malibu and Sprite.
Delicious.
And
that's not that
Malibu
strong.
and Parrot Bay are pretty comparable.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then Lauren, of course, was getting the guy that I wanted on this cruise. So I was
Oh, it
like,
was on a
I was
cruise.
like,
Yeah.
this is fun, but I'm sad.
All right. What else, Lauren?
Okay, wait. So what
what
we're
did you
gonna go
wear
into?
and
Oh,
stuff?
prom.
I was best dressed in high school, so I would put
Amazing.
so much effort into my appearance. Every day I would wake up an hour and a half before school, shower, blow dry, straighten, make full on makeup every day.
Damn.
So that was like all I had going for me.
All you
I
had going for you.
had a 1.8 GPA from my high school career, so I
We were
obviously
all,
wasn't
like,
academic.
and on the contrary, I had a 3.6.
It's pretty good. I'd expected higher of you, actually.
We had a grading scale. Not only did we go to one of the most competitive high schools around, but our grading scale was a 94 to 100 was an A. And so a 90 to a 94 was a B plus. So I had a
what
B
the
Yeah,
fuck?
so it was really
so I had
hard.
like a
bullshit
I had like a
grading scale.
92% average or whatever, and it was a B plus.
Yeah, so that's really dumb.
Yeah.
Wait, so how was your guys' prom experience? Though?
Prom.
Lauren cried.
That was my senior prom. I cried because I don't like dancing, and I didn't have enough alcohol to dance. So I just started crying. I just had no friends in my group,
Did
my
you have
prom
a
group. I
date?
just had my boyfriend. I
you had a
had my
boyfriend?
boyfriend of 2 years, and he just really wanted to go bro out with his lax bros.
Lax bras.
Lax bros. So
I always had a crush on her
Was that
basically
your
more-
first boyfriend, though?
Yeah. So I had Moore as my best friend, and she was like one of my only 2 friends when it came to senior year. So she wasn't in my group, and then that made me cry.
Aw.
Oh,
Prom's
Yeah.
hard, man. It's like, who are you going to roll up
Yeah,
with?
it's like-
Ashley, how was your prom experience?
Well, of course, my junior prom, I went with a group of friends because I was not asked, and then I looked at my crush from far away in awe as he grinded against a girl that was way hotter.
Aw.
And then senior year, it was actually pretty amazing. I got the prom date that I wanted, and with very little flirting. It was
my
just like
God.
a couple interactions in the hallway. He rode my bus, but he was like the hot new guy sophomore year, and then
Was he a senior?
no, he was a senior. I was a senior.
Right.
I knew
Twilight reference.
Yeah. So the senior year, of course, you're not taking the bus, and we didn't have any classes together, but we just started like flirting in the hallway sometimes. And then one day he came up to me, like the first person to be asked to prom, with like a huge bouquet of flowers, and said,
Oh my God, he asked you the bouquet of flowers?
yeah, and he
That's
said, "You go
amazing.
prom with me." Like he was like really nervous and sweaty, and I was like, "Yeah, And like
sweaty high schoolers.
And then immediately I was like, oh no, I'm scared.
Yeah, and then she's like, I don't like him anymore.
I don't like him. I'm scared. And he's like trying to ask me on dates
The
before
female
the prom.
psyche, man.
How was your prom?
My prom was
Okay,
good.
thanks.
What?
You didn't want to like go to the fact that he went 80 miles an hour on a 35.
I forgot how fast he drove to prom. I'm sorry.
And that disgusted me because he didn't take my life. He took my life for granted.
I fucking hate guys that think it's okay to drive fast as fuck, that you're dating or fucking or is your boyfriend or husband. It's not fucking funny.
Thank
It's
you,
not
Naz.
cool.
He was
Yeah.
going, Utterback, that long wooded road that we have to go on to go anywhere. He went 80 miles an hour.
It's not okay to go 45 on there.
I got
honestly.
into such a massive argument with, you guys know, the guy that ruined me. He had like this BMW, it was like a M class, whatever the fuck. And he's like, this is why I got the car. And I remember we were driving to Malibu, like Nobu or the Soho House there. And we were late. And it was like, I saw my life pass before my eyes like 10 times, like dodging through cars, like on the highway in LA, like at night. And I was just like, I got into, I don't know. Anyways, I'm done. It's just so funny.
No,
I thought it was like a really,
I
it was
fucking
such a
hate it,
turn
and I hate
off.
it when they don't listen.
Thanks,
I'm
Naz, because I
fuck
said
off.
something too, and he just continued, like saying, "Oh, it's fine." I'm like, "No, but really." And then I also went with a group that wasn't my friends.
Yeah.
I was so sad. I didn't like, and I felt nothing. I looked great.
You did. It was the first one I was like, wow, my sister's hot.
Yeah, thanks,
Aw,
Lauren.
what color dress did you have?
Black and white.
Wow,
that's
I
classic.
love that dress.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, that was
I want to
cute.
see it. Will you tweet it out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
tweet it out. You probably were so tan too.
I looked great.
God,
I will.
miss
I'll
being
show
so
you.
tan. It's so
I like
sad.
pale people, so I'm weird.
What dress did you have, Lauren?
Oh, you had that stupid blue one.
I had
your junior year.
had this like I had blue ones both years. I had like
yeah, I
this
liked
idea
your
of a
second one.
Grecian sort of idea, but it wasn't executed well.
Damn.
Speaking of like driving again, how many times I put my life in danger after parties and stuff? Like
Lauren, I can't get over
like
it. I was
people,
always there to drive
we
you.
would be at this house and then be like, the cops come, we got to get out of here. And you just got to get whatever car was available to get out of there. And then like they were drunk and I was dumb.
I know. So everyone listening, if you're in high school right now, learn from us.
Just call your mom.
Call your mom. Don't fucking get in a car with someone that's drunk.
Why didn't you call me? That's so annoying. I was always home.
And
I
if a
wanted
guy-
to go somewhere else with
Yeah.
them. I wasn't
So
done.
Take an
You
Uber.
know I
well,
would've
now
got-
there's
you can
Uber
take
now.
Uber,
There's
yeah.
Uber, so that's probably a lot less.
good.
But also, if you're dating a guy and he's driving really fast, tell him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Or if he thinks it's okay to drive drunk, which so many guys
Don't ever
think
do it.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Naz.
My high school experience was, well, I went to middle school in Broward County. And I had like so many friends. So it was like right down the street. It was called like Coconut Creek, the suburb. And then my parents, I was like, I think you guys know, I was like such a chunga. Like I had like, rave hairspray. Like I like made them have a business.
Vaguely rave. Do they have other colors?
I don't know. It was just a hairspray called Rave, and I wore a lot of it. Did you just fart?
Yep.
Oh my God, Lauren.
There's gone.
I don't know, it was just such a chunk. I had nameplate earrings with my name on it. So like when I was taken out of Broward County and like moved to Boca and put into a high school in Boca, it was the worst experience of my life. And like I hated my parents. The cops came to my house. We had to go to like family therapy.
Why are the cops coming to your house?
Because I would like try and run away and like
Naz!
one time I did run away on a bike that had one full tire, and I rode bike back to Coconut Creek because it was the city right before Boca, because I would eat lunch by myself. I was so miserable, and I was this girl that was like so, I don't want to say popular, but I had such, like you're supposed to make your friends for high school and middle school.
Yeah.
So to move a kid from 8th grade to 9th grade, it was like I had to start all over again, and it was miserable. But of course, like any parent decision, I'm like so happy for it now. But I didn't have any friends, so I was like, I'm going to be in student government because like that's what I wanted to do anyway.
Very smart.
And so, I don't know. I just like, I was like friends with almost like every group of people.
Can we go back to when you ran away part though?
Yeah. My dad found, I
Where
rode
did you
bike.
run away? What was the intention?
I was just like mad. I was like mad at them all the time my first couple
You were
months
like
in high
so
school.
angsty.
Well, they moved me.
I would be
okay.
so
and
bad
I
too.
had no friends. Actually, I was eating lunch by myself.
Literally,
I had
the
no
movie we
friends.
watched last night, she murdered her stepdad,
Thoroughbreds.
Thoroughbreds, because she wanted to stay at the school she
Yeah.
was at. So, like, it's serious business.
Yeah, your emotions are heightened.
Yeah.
When you're
Tried
a
to
teenager, you
kill her
feel
stepdad.
things so much.
Yeah.
Thoroughbreds is amazing, by the way. You guys should go see it when it
Absolutely.
comes out. But anyway, so then eventually I remember I had to make a speech like in front of the whole. So we were the first 4-year graduating class. West Boca High was a brand new school they made. So they took kids from Boca High, Spanish River, and Olympic, and all.
You guys are all in it together.
So it was kind of
this together.
Where we are. And so,
that came out while we were in junior in high school.
You guys were juniors?
Yeah.
I was a sophomore, I think, when it came out. Or maybe it was the year going into a sophomore in college.
that movie was so fucking iconic.
Revolutionary.
Anyways, so then I remember giving a speech in front of like the whole class because they had a vote for everyone, like literally everyone in the high school. And I would say like straight up a lot because I was from Broward County. You guys, I literally was wearing a jersey dress because I wore those like a dress that was like, a football jersey, but a dress.
I love that.
I fucking wore that. And I said this speech and I think I was like straight up. I just want like everyone to like have a good time. And I don't know what the fuck I said, but I'll never forget because everyone in my high school always says, Naz, I voted for you because you said straight up all the time. So then, and then I had one friend who was like on my bus and she was like one really good friend. Mm-hmm. But throughout high school, because of student government, I ended up becoming friends with like all these different groups of people. And like, I fucking loved high school. But then just like you, Ash, I had friends that like, there was like, the popular kids that would like always party and stuff. Yeah. So I was kind of friends with them because I was in student government with some of them.
Yeah, they're all in student government.
There's like a handful in student government.
And then I had my friend from the bus. So then I always found, and I find this still in my life where like I have such different groups of friends where it's like lunch is so anxiety inducing because it's like, who do you sit with?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you not want to offend? Like, and if I got invited to a party, like would my other friends get mad, So... Yeah. But I ended up fucking loving high school. And the first thing I ever produced was our senior music video.
Oh, I remember those things. I was literally thinking about that the other day. Like, really? And then they played it for an assembly. Would they play it for an assembly? Yeah. And then they'd be like, oh, woo, Naz! Like, every time you'd come on the screen.
I was also the MC at the pep rally. So that really prepped me to work at the Dodgers.
Yeah. Absolutely. And in front of the most critical peers.
If you guys are on YouTube, type in like West Boca 2008 music video. I fucking helped produce that shit. But anyway, so it's fucking amazing. It's to All American Rejects Move Along.
Oh, I hated that song. Lauren was obsessed with American Rejects. And she used to wake me up with the swing, swing on the tabletop, my heart. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm waking up to this song again. It was torturous.
And since we're on the topic of high school, we should talk about how influential music is because I had a group of friends that were so into Third Eye Blind. And I feel like every time I hear Third Eye Blind, I'm like, that reminds me of my friends from high school. But
I definitely, it was just, my music taste didn't really change. I still liked happy bubblegum pop. Never went
top
through
40.
Never went through the angsty
you
stuff.
Never liked punk?
No, you know what
was
I went to?
Shit
you know
me.
what I did for my 18th birthday during my senior year? I went to a Michael Bublé concert.
Well, no one should shit on that. Michael Bublé's the shit.
No, I was that. This defines me. If somebody want to know what did you do for your 18th birthday, your senior year, I went to a Michael Bublé concert, and it was before he was Michael Bublé. He was still playing theaters, so it was just the highlight of my day. I went to the DC one, and then I went to the Baltimore one. I went to one with mom and one with dad.
On my 17th birthday, me and my friends took a car to Miami South Beach and we went to Scarlet Strip Club on my 17th birthday.
How did you get in?
Fake IDs. They let anybody in there.
How did we come together?
It's still there.
It's like 10 years later we came together. The girl who went to the strip club and the girl who went to a Michael Bublé concert.
I grew up a lot, in college. It's all a phase. People don't stay that way forever. But the car situation, the fact that you guys, I rode the bus, but then my dad had 2 cars or 3 cars. So I was like, Dad, I'm not fucking riding the bus anymore because I would have to hop the fence because I wasn't zoned for West Boca.
Yeah.
I was zoned for Olympic Heights. Yeah. So then my parents let me drive on the learner's permit. Oh, really? So I was driving at the age of 14, 15. What? My dad taught me how to drive when I was 14. I had my first job.
We couldn't get our learner's permit until 15 and a half.
15 was when I got it, but I was I was working at Dunkin' Donuts.
So your dad let you drive because you needed to go to work?
And he had an extra car and I wanted to fucking get around. So I would drive me and my one friend from the bus to
So
school.
dangerous. What
if you
literally
got
for
caught?
years.
Naz is not a very good
But
driver.
high school, I was back then. High school was a fucking mile down the street.
Oh, okay,
Like,
yeah,
it's like you're driving straight and then back.
Yeah, it's fine. Did you need a parking permit? Because there was only like a lottery for parking permits at our school.
Wait,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
there
you're
was
right.
only half
We had
spots.
900 kids in our graduating class. So yeah, you're right.
We had 500.
But it was so embarrassing because it was Boca that the teacher parking lot compared to the student parking
same thing with
lot
us.
Same.
was so sad. Like kids had fucking
The
like,
teachers wanted to kill us with just with the demonstration of what the difference was between those two lots.
oh my god, it was insane. Anyways, and then I went to prom. I never had like a boyfriend in high school, or never like I had a crush on Joe, and I had crushes on people, but no one ever. I think I like kind of dated this one guy. Oh, did I ever tell you guys this story?
No.
I would sneak out of my house because there was a door in my garage a lot at night. And I snuck out to go make out with this guy. And my dad started calling
You did
me.
tell us this story.
Oh, you did tell us this.
And then he was
Yes.
outside in his fucking whitey tighties.
Yeah.
It's so mortifying.
That is
Mom
so
had
good.
that happen to her.
Yeah.
Mom's-
Whitey tighties. Her dad came out in whitey
Anyways.
tighties.
And then I was prom queen and then I left high school.
How did you get to be
Yeah.
prom queen if you
Because
weren't?
I was friends with everyone.
because every
Friends with
group.
everyone.
Yeah,
She
every
didn't
group.
discriminate.
That's
She was
good.
friends
Yeah.
with everyone.
I loved all the football players, all the nerds.
See, you're
Yeah,
just so
I feel
outgoing.
like
I was
my
so
junior
shy
and
then.
Senior year, I became just friends with anyone. Like, I was like, I don't care because I was in like a couple of special ed classes. Like, I don't care if you think I'm dumb for hanging out with these kids. They're funny.
Exactly.
No, yeah, Lauren was very inclusive
Yeah.
as well for being a girl who's in the popular crowd.
That's the worst thing about high school is how cliquey it is, I
Yeah.
think.
Um,
Shouldn't be.
I remember, like, I always knew that if I wanted to be part of the popular kids, I could have been because, like,
Take a couple shots.
No, they used to they used to like talk to me and like you should come to this. Like I could tell that they like were like you can you're allowed, but I was like I'm
You're like,
comfy
no, I'm
here.
Jamie Sullivan.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
kidding.
was literally
Respect, Ash.
Wait,
Respect.
question. I forget.
Wait, I miss high school football games.
Ew.
Fuck, I don't.
We
Oh
never
my
went.
god, what guys? It was so lit. That's
my
like
God,
when
that was
that's
not lit.
when
That
you
was
could
scary.
dress. That's when you could dress slutty, you know, and like everyone would go hang out on a Friday night. Oh my god, it was high school football games at my high school were lit as fuck. And
I'm
in all
sure
of
they were
Boca.
lit. Like ours were lit, but I think I had like a couple bad experiences. I was like, never again, not putting myself through
I
it.
never
Have
knew
fun.
like who
Bad
to sit with. It was kind of
experiences.
like lunch redone.
It was lunch again. Lunch
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
Damn.
And like all the parents would come and like I'm like I don't know what to do with parents around.
But we would like, you know, we would like hang out where the food was and in the parking lot and like
Ours
it was like
wasn't a
scene.
big deal. It
Ours
wasn't
was
like it was
Yeah,
a little
I don't think
sceney.
we had a very good football. team.
I know, but it was a little sceney when you were younger. But then,
Yeah.
like when you're a junior, or senior, like it's not even an option to go to.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, guys, so now we're going to answer some of your questions. And I feel like since we went on for so long, this could definitely be a part 2 where we answer more high school questions. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
if
know
you
it's a
guys like
hard-
it, and we're not sure about like our audience base. I feel like our average is probably like college,
yeah.
early 20s, but you know, everybody can relate to high school struggles. And if you have any high school, you know, if you are out there in high school, and we feel for you, and if you need help, let us know. Because
We'll come sit with you at lunch.
Yeah, we'll come
Yeah.
sit with you. And if you've no one to sit with, just subscribe to the podcast and listen to us.
There you
'cause
go.
We got your back. You're sitting with us.
That's also something new that probably has happened in school. Like you can sit there and like, I'm going to watch a show right now at lunch.
yeah,
Yeah,
You
probably.
couldn't do before. Your slidey phone.
Also, I feel like if there's a creeper at your school and you're really worried about him,
Please.
report him, not just to your principal, but
To
to the
everyone.
big leagues.
Yeah. And then the bigger picture is like, if there's a kid that has no friends, be his friend so
Yeah.
he doesn't have angst towards the world.
That's true.
All right, so our first question, it comes from Hong Kong, guys.
Jesus.
And she says, hi, I'm a high school student studying in Hong Kong, and I'm graduating this year. I didn't even know if you guys were aware of the fact that you have a fan from the other side of the earth. And recently I found out that many of my friends are getting into serious relationships, and it's hard to be around that knowing I am just ever so single. Doesn't help with not having a crush for 2 years. I have been in love. And then she goes on to say, but that's pretty much what her question is.
So she doesn't have a crush.
She wants to say, I want to ask, how do you guys deal with not being in love or romantic relationships for so long?
I've never had that happen. I will find an obsession in any boy.
If to not have a crush for 2 years is something I've never experienced.
But in
I
not
wouldn't
being in a
be-
relationship,
Wait, what?
but not being in a relationship for 2 years.
Oh,
And your
well.
friends are.
I don't know. I've always had single friends. I've always had like a lot of single friends where we could commiserate together.
I feel like for me, I've like definitely felt this way where like I just like no one I like, or I've like cold turkey cut someone off that I really like, so I'm just dating and there's no one. And I feel like a lot of my friends right now are even in relationships, and I think the best thing you could do is just like focus on yourself and make yourself like a better self. I mean, that doesn't really help your love life, but there's no like crystal ball, you know, like it's going to happen and you're going to have a crush on someone and you have to have faith that it's going to happen. And watching rom-coms is fun. And putting yourself out there into places where you can meet people. But I think working on your best self, like if you like don't like something about yourself, maybe you want to read more or you want to lose weight, or I feel like taking time to really be the best you is going to set you up for a dope relationship, because then you're going to know who you are when you find someone.
That's true. As a high schooler, like I hope, like I don't want her to be like the only single girl like in a group, you know? Like if she's looking for something like that, then I'd probably like try looking for some companion in like another group of friends,
right?
Like spread your group out and see if there's anyone else in it.
It's a good idea. Like make new friends.
Yeah.
It's always good to have like a single friend too.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to read this?
And just remember, you're in high school and you're young, and I know you don't feel super young right now.
People are gonna be together.
But you're fine.
Well, that's not true, because my best friend.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
My best
can definitely
friend
happen.
Actually, what's funny, I didn't really talk about this, but Caitlin, my best friend, we went to high school together, but we didn't become best friends until we were leaving college. So that can also
that
happen.
is so weird.
Yeah,
like
because she was like in like a group that I wasn't in.
Yeah,
but she was best friends with Lauren, and then I joined a sorority where Lauren was in, and then we all became friends.
Great story.
Yeah.
So this girl, hi, my name is Alexandra. I'm new, but a devout listener to I Don't Get It. So I know these questions are meant for high schoolers, but I'm 20, almost 21, and I need some advice. I like Naz and Ashley have never been in a real relationship. I just ended a 2-week relationship with a guy who I had been talking to since May, and things changed once we put a label on it. I've tried dating apps, but nothing ever works because I am lame and don't know how to initiate a good message. I put on a brave face because I am happy with who I am and being single. But there are these days where I'm like crazy lonely. It's hard being in your early 20s and never having the really good relationship experience. You're only 20, girlfriend. Ashley had her first kiss like year before that. Yeah. I was always reminded in my 2-week relationship that I was never in a relationship. Oh, okay. And he had to work around that. That's so crazy.
Annoying. Don't make
it felt really
feel
shitty. My question is, how do I navigate being in a real relationship for my first time when in my sorry, guys, reading's not my strongest. My question is, how do I navigate being in a real relationship for the first time when in my last one, I was always reminded of the fact that I had it. I feel bad for the guy, but I also know how do I move past those insecurities, especially when it comes to sex and virginity. She's still a virgin, by the way.
Okay, I get you. I think Naz and I both, like, now, girlfriend, you're 20, you're fine. I hadn't had a boyfriend until I was 29, and Naz is 20, she's about 20.
I'm going to turn 28 next month.
So, look, I thought like it would be weird to navigate that too, but I also realized that throughout my 20s, I got enough experience, and I know Naz feels the same, with guys that we were like dating or talking to, that like when the label was actually put on it, it didn't feel weird, and it's just like having a friend that you are physical with as well.
Also, you now have had a relationship because you've had a relationship for 2 weeks. Yeah. So that's a relationship. Congratulations. You've had a boyfriend before.
You don't have to say that on like a first date either. Like you don't have to sit down on a first date and be like, hey, I've never had a boyfriend. Like those aren't things that you have to
I do hate it when guys ask that though. They're like, when was your last relationship? And you're like, ugh.
I know. That was
I would
the
just
worst.
milk it. They don't really have to know until you're dating
anything,
seriously and he likes you enough.
Yeah.
Right.
And the dating apps, my thing is just always compliment them, and you don't have to worry about let them lead. Just compliment them and let them lead.
I totally agree, Lauren, and I fucking hate having to come up with something clever.
Yeah.
I talk to women about this all the time that are on the apps. It's like we're all like we're better in person.
Yeah,
like this is so dumb.
Like I hate when it's just like witty comment, witty comment, witty comment. It's
Oh,
like
no.
that's not real.
After a couple backs and forths, you just say,
You better
hey,
ask
let's
me
meet
out.
in real life.
Yeah.
You guys, I was messaging with this guy on an app for like 3-4 days, and I just stopped. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need a motherfucking pen pal. I don't have time for this.
Exactly.
If you don't want to meet and get coffee, keep it moving.
Amen. Well, thank you, Alexandra.
All right, let's move on to another more high school.
We're going to do like maybe 1 or 2 more questions. Totally.
I paused it. Sorry,
okay.
do it again.
No, I'll
okay.
wait till we could say it at the end, or should we just do what?
All right, another question. To be completely honest, I feel like I am 10 years ahead of everyone, and it sucks because it becomes so hard to pretend like I'm on the same wavelength as everyone. I'm hanging out with my friends, but in my head, I'm just thinking about how dramatic and small-minded they are.
Wow.
And despite the fact that the guys in my school are attractive, as soon as they open their fucking their fucking mouth, nonsense comes out, and they've suddenly went from a 10 to a 4 right like that. They have no aspirations whatsoever, so I can't even date in my own age range because they're fucking morons. And the guys that I do want to date don't want to date me because I'm in high school. Are my expectations too high? Do I just wait for anyone to come along? Oh, and then not to mention, the guys that are into me at my local community college are ugly drug dealers and renowned fuckboys. I can never win because when I like someone, they don't like me back, or they end up with a local hoe that has a 1.6 GPA.
Oh, come on. Don't be discriminating.
And a ton of bodies just 'cause. Oh, I can't forget mutual interests are great, but when I get excited, things end up falling apart or I get ghosted. But anyways, other than my social life falling apart, school is pretty great.
Okay, well,
I relate to this girl so much.
Really?
I feel like you're not. Just why don't you have some fun with the dumb kids then?
I don't know. I understand
No,
that.
never dumb yourself down.
You don't have to dumb yourself down, but like you can like have some fun.
If you're not relating to people, I don't know. I feel
It
like
is really frustrating when you don't relate to people.
I think what sucks about being in high school, right, is like geographically you have to go to a high school based on where your parents live and raise you. And I think it's easy to feel left out in a certain place. And it sounds like you live in the wrong city or something. Like, I feel like she should get out of her like group and bubble, this girl, and like move somewhere else to college and start fresh. And go somewhere where you think you could relate to people.
I think
because if everyone's like a drug dealer and all, it just sounds like she's like in a group of people where she just, it's like as if you were stuck with all the girls that love drinking, but you don't like it. Like it sounds like she's stuck in a world like that.
Yeah, I mean, my best advice, I guess, is like, is there some sort of organization around you where you can like find people who are like a little more academic and have
right, or maybe like anything like a volunteer group or anything
where you're gonna maybe be hang out with older people, but like maybe not in a dating range. Because I'm gonna be honest, you're in high school. I wouldn't even focus on dating right now. Just wait till you get to college, and you're gonna feel like a lot more comfortable where you are. You're gonna feel like people are more mentally on your level.
Exactly.
And that's when like you actually start dating. High school dating is kind of pointless in the first place.
It kind of depends on. I don't know how old she is. Like if she's a senior, then you can probably date older guys.
Yeah,
and that won't be terrible.
So where would she meet those other guys? I'm just saying, like, just get through these couple years.
That's what I mean.
And just go to college.
Yeah. Geographically, she's stuck. Hang out with your parents like Ashley did, and look forward to college.
Yeah, maybe you have like older family members. I just check through.
Yeah, but there's got to be someone at your high school that feels the same way you do. All right, guys, and this is our last question we're going to do. If you guys think we should do a part 2, please let us know in the Facebook group. But this girl says, hey, Naz, Lauren, and Ashley, I just wanted to first say that I love the podcast and listen to it every morning while I'm driving from school. I'm in 11th grade, and my trouble is about boys, obviously. I've been messing with a boy for a while, but he's made it clear that we're never going to be more than friends with benefits. But he knows I like him more than he likes me, so he uses that to his advantage and only hits me up whenever he wants something from me. I know the logical decision is just to cut off contact with him. He really hurts me. Plus, he doesn't even talk to me at school, so we're not even really friends. But every time he comes back to me, he gives me an explanation that somehow makes me feel like I'm overreacting about what he does and promises to treat me better just to do the same thing again. But even though I say I'm better off without him, I always feel relief whenever he talks to me again and hopes that he actually will change. Do you guys have any advice on what I can do to stay strong whenever he hits me up out of the blue so that I don't keep going through this cycle over and over? P.S. I don't recall if you guys usually say people's names, but I prefer if you don't share mine. I got you, girl. I did not say your name. Okay. What do you guys think?
Again, I've had this exact situation.
Oh, you did? There you go, Lauren. You talk about
year,
it because I think this is pointless.
He would hit me up.
I take that out.
Oh, my God.
There's senior. I was a junior and he's a senior. He would hit me up like when I would go home from school. So he'd come over and he wouldn't talk to me at school ever. And I was very clear that, like, yeah, we weren't going to date.
You look like Jared Leto.
He is the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life. And I wasn't trying to get more out of it. So like, if I were you, I would just not respond a couple of times, and then he's gonna want you. That's simple as that.
It's good Lauren advice.
Simple as that.
Advice. What I think you should do is I think you should remain strong, write shit to yourself, watch Queer Eye on Netflix.
Yeah.
Literally watch the entire season of Queer Eye on Netflix. It'll make you love yourself, respect yourself, not want to answer a text back. I'm telling you, like, that show is that powerful. And yeah, maybe get excited about finding a new crush too, because this guy fucking sucks.
It will happen to you one day.
Yeah, this guy's
And
a
especially when you
loser.
guys like graduate and then you move on, and then you're gonna thrive and he won't thrive and he's really gonna want you.
It's so true.
So true. I wish I had more advice for high school. I'm going to leave all the high school advice to you guys. I don't know how to give them advice. I was never a true high schooler.
Yeah, but you're a person now in the world. You can give advice
Yeah, okay.
based
It's
on
true.
your life
I am.
experience.
It's true. Yes.
I am a human. All right, guys. Well, we love you. Thanks for submitting your questions. Hopefully, we'll do a part 2. Let us know what you guys think. Follow us on Instagram. And yeah.
And make sure that you follow our Facebook page because we're obsessed with it. And we are doing our first meetup. By the time this airs, the meetup will have already happened. So sorry.
This is so pointless.
But if it's successful, make sure to follow the Facebook page so that you can check out the next time we will have a meetup and you can hang with us in real life.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
bye.
you.
Love you guys.
Bye.
I don't get it.
Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.